You know, the fear of falling is something that weighs heavily on the minds of many older adults. It's a quiet anxiety that can creep in, especially as we get older. Maybe you found yourself holding on to furniture a little more as you walk across the room. Or perhaps you've started thinking twice before stepping out onto uneven ground. It's a painful reality that a fall isn't just a simple trip anymore. It can lead to serious injuries, a long recovery, and sadly, can really limit your independence. It can feel like the ground itself has become less predictable, and that confident stride you once had is just gone. But what if I told you that the way you walk isn't fixed? What if there are simple, almost secret, adjustments you can make to your everyday walking that could dramatically improve your balance and reduce that fear? It's not about complex exercises or expensive equipment. It's about understanding the mechanics of how you move and making small, conscious changes. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 simple, yet incredibly powerful, walking tricks that older men, and really anyone, can use to build better balance and walk with more confidence. These aren't difficult, they're just often overlooked. We'll break down exactly what they are and how to start putting them into practice today. Make sure you watch right to the very end, because there's something that might genuinely surprise you about how simple improving your balance can be. Let's dive straight into these walking secrets, starting with something foundational, something that sets the stage for everything else we do when we move. The first trick, and honestly, one of the most important, is all about your posture, specifically how you hold your head and shoulders. Now, you might think, what does my posture have to do with falling? Well, everything, really. When you walk, your body is constantly adjusting to stay upright against gravity. Your center of gravity is the key here, and your posture directly influences where that center is. Think about it. If you're hunched over, looking down at your feet, your center of gravity is shifted forward. You're essentially leaning into your next step, and that makes you inherently less stable. It's like trying to balance on a seesaw that's already tilted. A small nudge can send you tumbling. The secret here is to train yourself to walk with your head held comfortably high, looking forward, and your shoulders relaxed and back, not rounded forward. This aligns your spine, stacks your body vertically, and brings your center of gravity back over your base of support, your feet. It sounds simple, almost too simple, doesn't it? But try it right now. Just sit up a little straighter, lift your head, and roll your shoulders back gently. Feel how different that feels. Now imagine translating that to walking. When you walk with your head up, you're not only improving your balance by correcting your center of gravity, but you're also allowing your eyes to do their job properly. They can scan the environment ahead, spotting potential obstacles like cracks in the pavement, steps, or uneven ground well before you get to them. If you're constantly looking down, your reaction time is severely limited because you only see things right before you step on them. This simple shift in where you look can make a world of difference in anticipating hazards. Holding your shoulders back and relaxed is just as crucial. When you're tense or rounded forward, it restricts the natural movement of your arms, which brings us to the second trick. Your arms aren't just there for show when you walk. They're vital for maintaining balance. Think of them like counterweights. As one leg steps forward, the opposite arm naturally swings forward. This diagonal motion helps to stabilize your torso and pelvis, preventing excessive rotation and keeping you balanced. When your shoulders are hunched, this natural swing is inhibited. The secret is to allow your arms to swing gently and naturally from the shoulder, opposite to your legs. It doesn't need to be a vigorous, power walking swing, just a relaxed, rhythmic motion. Many people, especially as they get older or if they're nervous about falling, tend to hold their arms stiffly by their sides or even clasp them in front of them. This is actually counterproductive. It locks up a crucial balancing mechanism. Imagine trying to balance on one foot without being able to move your arms at all. It's much harder, right? Your arms provide that dynamic stability. So, as you practice walking with your head up and shoulders back, consciously let your arms hang loosely and encourage that gentle, reciprocal swing. It might feel a little awkward at first if you're not used to it, but it's a fundamental part of an efficient and stable gait. Let's break down how you can start implementing these 2 tricks into your daily walks. First, the posture. Before you even start walking, stand tall. Imagine a string pulling you up from the crown of your head. Gently tuck your chin slightly. Roll your shoulders back and down. Feel them relax away from your ears. This is your starting posture. Now, as you begin to walk, keep this feeling. Your gaze should be forward, about 10-15 feet in front of you, not glued to the ground. Check in with yourself every so often during your walk. Are you drifting back into that downward gaze or hunching gently? Correct it. It takes practice, conscious effort at first, but it will become more natural over time. Think of it as retraining your body's natural alignment. For the arm swing, once you have your posture sorted, consciously relax your arms. Let them hang loosely. As you step with your right foot, let your left arm swing forward naturally. As you step with your left foot, let your right arm swing forward. The swing should originate from your shoulder, not just your elbow. It should feel relaxed, not forced. The range of motion doesn't need to be huge. A gentle forward and back motion is plenty. This reciprocal movement is incredibly effective at stabilizing your torso as your weight shifts from one foot to the other. Together, these first 2 tricks, upright posture with head looking forward and relaxed, naturally swinging arms, create a much more stable base and dynamic balance system as you walk. They are the fundamental building blocks upon which the next few tricks are built, leading you towards a more confident and fall-resistant stride. Now that we've talked about setting the foundation with posture and letting your arms help you balance, let's move on to how your feet meet the ground and the length of your steps. Many people, as they get older, start to develop a shuffled gait. Instead of lifting their feet cleanly off the ground and taking a distinct step, they tend to slide their feet forward, taking very short steps, almost as if they're afraid to fully commit their weight to one leg. While this might feel safer in the moment, it's actually one of the worst things you can do for your balance and fall prevention. Shuffling increases your risk of tripping over small obstacles or uneven surfaces because your feet aren't clearing the ground properly. It also means you spend less time balanced on one leg, which is essential for developing and maintaining good single-leg stability. A critical component of overall balance, the third walking trick is about the quality of your stride, specifically ensuring you lift your feet and aim for a natural, unhurried step length, avoiding that shuffle. This isn't about taking giant strides or trying to power walk. It's about regaining a confident, deliberate step. As you walk, focus on lifting your foot completely off the ground with each step. Think about clearing the ground, even if it's just by an inch or two. This requires activating the muscles in your ankles and hips, which is great for strengthening them over time. Further improving stability. Simultaneously, pay attention to your step length. A shuffled step is typically very short. A confident, balanced step allows you to transfer your weight smoothly from one foot to the other. Try to take steps that feel natural and comfortable, not too long that you feel stretched, but long enough that you aren't shuffling. A good guide is that, as you step forward with one foot, your heel should touch the ground first, and then you roll forward onto the ball of your foot before pushing off with your toes. This is the natural heel-to-toe motion that provides stability and propulsion. If you're shuffling, you often land flat-footed, which is less stable. Practicing this heel-to-toe roll is the fourth trick, focusing specifically on how your foot contacts and leaves the ground. As I mentioned, it's heel first, then rolling through the arch to the ball of your foot, and finally, pushing off with your toes. This sequence engages the muscles in your foot and ankle in a dynamic way, helping with both stability and forward movement. Many people lose this natural roll and walk flat-footed, which reduces the shock absorption and the propulsive force, making walking feel more labored and less stable. Consciously thinking heel, roll, push can help re-establish this pattern. It might feel like you're exaggerating it at first, but with practice, it becomes fluid again. Another aspect of foot placement, and something to consider depending on your personal comfort and stability needs, is your walking base. How far apart your feet are side to side. Some people feel more stable with a slightly wider stance. If you feel unsteady walking, as if on a tightrope, feet directly one in front of the other. Try consciously widening your stance slightly, maybe so your feet are hip-width apart as you step. This increases your base of support and can immediately make you feel more stable. Experiment a little to find what feels comfortable and secure for you. It's about finding your personal balance sweet spot. So, combining tricks 3 and 4, lift your feet to avoid shuffling. Aim for a natural step length and focus on that heel-to-toe roll with each step. If needed, widen your stance slightly. These adjustments improve your ground clearance, enhance your stability during the weight transfer phase, and strengthen the muscles involved in walking. Think about incorporating these things into your next walk. Start by focusing on just 1 or 2 of them at a time. Perhaps for the first few minutes, you just focus on lifting your feet higher. Then, for the next few minutes, you focus on the heel-to-toe roll. Over time, as they become more automatic, you can integrate them all. These aren't about walking faster or longer distances necessarily, though they can help with that too, but about walking better and more safely. It's about rebuilding that confidence from the ground up, quite literally. The feeling of firmly planting your foot with a heel-to-toe roll, combined with the improved stability from not shuffling, makes each step feel more secure. And when each step feels secure, the overall act of walking feels less precarious. It's like building a sturdy foundation for a house. The stronger the base, your foot placement and stride, the more stable the structure your body will be. Next, we'll dive into the final, and often most neglected, walking trick that pulls everything together and makes a huge difference in your overall balance and awareness. We've covered the foundation: how holding your head and shoulders improves posture and balance, how swinging your arms acts as natural counterweights, how lifting your feet prevents tripping and shuffling, and the importance of the heel-to-toe roll and potentially widening your stance for a stable base. Now, let's talk about the 5th and final walking trick, one that is incredibly simple but profoundly impactful and often overlooked entirely. This trick is about where you direct your gaze. We touched on it briefly when discussing posture, but it deserves its own focus because it's that critical. The secret here is to look ahead, not down at your feet. It sounds simple, right? But how many times have you seen people, or perhaps found yourself, walking with your eyes glued to the pavement directly in front of you? When you walk like that, your entire body tends to follow your gaze. You hunch forward, your center of gravity shifts, your arm swing is inhibited, and you lose the ability to see what's coming. You're reactive instead of proactive. You only see the obstacle the moment you're about to step on or into it, giving you minimal time to react and adjust. Looking ahead, about 10 to 15 feet in front of you, does several things. Firstly, as we mentioned, it helps you maintain that upright, balanced posture. Your head is level, your spine is aligned, and your weight is distributed properly. Secondly, and crucially, it allows your eyes to scan the environment effectively. You can spot changes in elevation, uneven surfaces, cracks, puddles, or anything else that could cause a trip or fall well in advance. This gives your brain and body time to plan and execute the necessary adjustments, whether it's stepping over something, walking around it, or simply preparing for an uneven step. It's like having a built-in radar system. Think about walking in an unfamiliar place at dusk. If you're looking down, you're constantly surprised by bumps and dips. If you look ahead, you can anticipate them and navigate more smoothly. The same principle applies in broad daylight, on familiar paths or new ones. Training your eyes to look ahead keeps you engaged with your surroundings in a way that looking down simply doesn't allow. It also subtly influences your speed and confidence. When you look ahead, your stride tends to lengthen slightly, and your pace might become a little more consistent. Looking down often correlates with a tentative, shortened, shuffling step. Making this shift from looking down to looking ahead requires conscious effort initially, just like adjusting your posture or encouraging your arm swing. It might feel unnatural if you've been in the habit of watching your feet. Start by practicing it for short periods during your walk. Tell yourself, okay, for the next minute, I'm going to look ahead. Then, gradually extend that time. Pay attention to how it feels different. You might notice things you never saw before. This isn't about ignoring where you're stepping entirely. Your peripheral vision will still catch things directly in front of you, but your primary focus should be further out. These 5 tricks: upright posture with head up and shoulders back, natural arm swing, lifting your feet to avoid shuffling, heel-to-toe roll with appropriate stance, and looking ahead, work together synergistically. Improving one often makes the others easier. For example, when you look ahead and maintain better posture, your chest is open, making a natural arm swing feel more comfortable. When you lift your feet properly, the heel-to-toe roll is a more natural follow-through. They are interconnected elements of a balanced, confident walking pattern. Mastering these isn't about becoming a perfect walker overnight. It's about awareness and consistent, gentle practice. Start incorporating 1 or 2 of these ideas into your next walk. Pay attention to how your body feels. Don't get discouraged if you forget sometimes. Just gently remind yourself and readjust. The beauty of these tricks is that you can practice them anytime, anywhere you're walking, whether it's around your home, in your garden, or out and about. Even short bursts of mindful walking, focusing on these points, will start to make a difference over time. It's these small, consistent adjustments that build up strength, proprioception, your body's sense of where it is in space, and confidence, which are the real secrets to preventing falls. These aren't just mechanical tips. They contribute to a mindset shift, from walking tentatively to walking with purpose and security. So, let's recap these 5 simple walking tricks that older men who walk like this rarely fall. First, cultivate an upright posture with your head held high and your shoulders relaxed back. Second, allow your arms to swing gently and naturally from your shoulders, opposite to your leg movement. They are your dynamic counterweights. Third, make sure you're lifting your feet with each step to avoid that dangerous shuffling gait, aiming for a clear ground clearance. Fourth, practice the heel-to-toe roll as your foot contacts the ground, and consider widening your stance slightly if it increases your feeling of stability. And fifth, and perhaps most surprisingly impactful, make a conscious effort to look ahead 10 to 15 feet, rather than down at your feet, to anticipate obstacles and maintain better overall alignment and awareness. These aren't difficult exercises. They are subtle adjustments to your natural movement pattern. They are secrets only because they are often overlooked in favor of more complex balance routines. But their effectiveness lies precisely in their integration into the everyday act of walking. By implementing these 5 tricks, you're not just changing how you walk, you're changing your relationship with walking itself. You're moving from a place of potential fear and hesitation to one of greater confidence and control. Remember, improving your balance isn't just about preventing falls. As crucial as that is, it's about maintaining your independence, your ability to get out and about, to stay active, to enjoy walks with loved ones, or simply to feel secure moving around your own home. These small changes can have a ripple effect on your entire life, boosting your confidence and encouraging you to stay more active, which in turn further improves your strength and balance. It's a wonderful positive cycle. Be patient with yourself as you practice these techniques. It takes time to change long-standing habits. Start slowly, maybe focusing on 1 or 2 tricks during a short walk, and gradually integrate the others. Consistency is key. Even a few minutes of mindful walking each day, paying attention to these points, will make a difference. Don't worry about being perfect, just strive for progress. Celebrate the small wins, noticing you're looking ahead more often, or feeling that confident heel-to-toe roll. We all want to live our lives fully, without the constant worry of a fall limiting us. These 5 simple walking tricks are powerful tools to help you do just that. They give you actionable steps you can take starting today to build a stronger, more stable foundation for every step you take. It's about empowering yourself to walk with confidence and security. If you found these tips helpful, please let me know in the comments below. Have you tried any of these before? Do you have your own tips for maintaining balance? Share your experiences. You might help someone else who's going through the same thing. And if you enjoyed this video and want more practical advice on living your best life at every age, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create more content like this. Thank you for watching. And here's to many more confident, enjoyable walks ahead. Live your best life at every age.